Hey guys, this is to review for complex numbers and quadratic formula. And a special shout out to Grant. I wanted to say hi to him because he got upset with me last time. So, number one in your review, you have the square root of 75, x to the fourth, y to the 7th. What we want to do is always, when we have a square root that we can't find, break down the number. So in this case, 75 is going to break down into 3 and 25. And I can also break down that 25 into 5 and 5. So, for those that can jump to it, they know 25, the square root of 25, is 5. For some that want to look for pairs, there's a pair of 5s there. And then I take out that 5. What's going to be left in there is that 3. And then I worry about the x's. How many x's are there? It's x to the fourth, so there are 4 x's. I got pairs right here. So I got 2 pairs of x's. So 2 come out. So x to the fourth, 4 divided by 2 is 2. With a remainder of 0, there's nothing in there. And then I have 7 y's, which is really annoying to write because I know that my voice in that screen is probably matched up right now. Then I look at pairs. I got 3 pairs of y's, so 3 y's come out, 1 stays in, and I'm done. The next step is just a pure number. Again, I just break it down. I find it easy if I just do all the prime factorization. And I just break down all the numbers. And then I would leave them all in the square root. So each end of the branch gets put in. I then look for pairs. I take a 2 out. 2 times 3 is left. And I'm left with 6. Some people like to take the square root of 24 and break it into perfect squares. In this case, the only perfect square that I can break it into is 4 times 6. So I can find the square root of 4, which is 2. I can't find the square root of 6, which is 6. These are the same thing, 2 different procedures. When I'm dealing with I, we have to multiply all of those numbers. 3 times 2 is 6, times 5 is 30. So that's a negative 30. I times I times I is I to the third. And we remember back to our notes. I to the third is negative I. And then I have 2 negatives. So really, my answer is just 30i. I use the same principle when dealing with big exponents like this. Now, the property is I to the fourth equals 1. So really, we're taking this I to the 89th and breaking it into a whole bunch of I to the fourths multiplied together. There's actually going to be a whole, there's going to be more than 20 of them, so I'm not going to write those out. But each one of these I to the fourths is going to be 1. So, to shorten things up, I do some long division. I divide 89 by 4. 4 goes in the 8 2 times, with nothing left over. I then do 4 goes into 9 twice, with 1 left over. So this remainder is going to be that extra I to get up to 89. So it's really going to be just I to the first or just I. The next step is operations with complex numbers. Add the stuff without i's. 5 plus negative 13, negative 8. Negative 2i plus negative 8i is negative 10i. And I'm done. Here I subtract. So I do 28 minus 10, which is 18. And then I do negative 4i minus a negative 30i. This becomes a plus plus. So that is actually 26i. So my answer is 18 plus 26i. And here I have to FOIL because there's no addition, there's no subtraction. So whenever I have that, I have to FOIL. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times negative 5i is negative 20i. 3i times 2 is 6i. And then 3i times negative 5i is negative 15i squared. I can combine these middle parts and get 8 minus 14i minus 15i squared. The trick is that this I squared is actually equal to negative 1. 8 minus 14i minus 15 times negative 1. Well, this negative and this negative, they become a plus. So it's really 8 minus 14i plus 15. Well, now this doesn't have an I, so combine them. 23 minus 14i. And I'm done. Here, with the complex numbers, all I'm doing is solving. So, whenever you have something like this, all I have to do is solve. So, subtract 76 from both sides. 4m squared equals 76. I then divide by 4. M squared equals 16. Oh, I forgot something here. When I subtracted 76, that's a negative, and that's a negative. So then I have m squared, so I have to take the square root of negative 16. Whenever I have a negative inside a square root, there's an I. So I know the square root of 16 is 4, and the negative in the square root means that there's going to be an I. So this is really plus or minus, because whenever I take the square root, it's plus or minus 4i.